Also, if I just have a...
Hey!
It's fine.
Hi,
Yes,
everyone.
I also have the stream up, so I can tell if we go live. Tony.
Here's a bit of exciting news. I was actually able to have
We are actually on now.
Oh, are we now? Great.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh. You guys!
Yes!
You're killing me!
Let's go! We did it! Got him!
Yeah, get the girl who has a handicap because she can't have stream on.
Yep.
You suck. You guys all suck. I'm drinking my tea.
Well, you gotta bring us in. So you can't drink your tea. You gotta bring us in.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, apparently, to Reality Break, where we're gonna take a break from reality to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons!
You guys both cut out for me. It's amazing.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Before we get started with our 5th part and possibly finale of Whispers of the Dune, we have some announcements, though.
Announcements.
But we're gonna go through them quickly so that we can get right to the game.
So this is me. She basically called me out. You called me out.
I
did. You said that.
Yes. Game. We want to play today, so.
So just do not let me do anything. Do not let me do anything.
No,
Tony,
I'm gonna make you do something. All right. Tony.
Yeah. What's up?
Tell us about clips.
Clips are great. There's a button, it looks like a clapper, a movie clapper on your screen, and you can take a clip of the stream. It captures up to a minute's worth of content, and you can scale it down, give it a title, and you can use that clip to find something memorable, find something humorous, find something interesting. Whatever you want it to be. Just make sure you title it and save it, and give the title something that kind of gives the context for what you clipped, and that will feed into the Twitch algorithm and also potentially make it onto our various social platforms and our clips reel that we play during our breaks. So, if you see something fun, memorable, pleasurable, go ahead and clip it, and it'll live in eternity on the internet. Back to you in the studio.
You see something, clip something.
See it?
Goes, right?
I like that. You see something, clip something. I like it.
Why we don't
Volunteered yourself to talk about our favorite place to hang out on the internet, our Discord, the Break Room. Can you tell us about the Break Room?
Yeah, well, I was going to make a joke on some other thing, but you already said Discord, so I can't now. But yeah, go hang out in our Discord where we have memes. We've got Jeff in there. We've got all kinds of cool people talking about D&D. Maybe if you want to have your own group, well, you can give us the credit of bringing you together. And then we've also got all kinds of cool little chat things in there if you're doing other TTRPGs. So whatever you're looking for, we probably have it there.
Awesome. Go check out the Break Room. There's a link on the About page, and we'll make sure there's one in chat as well. All right. D, would you like to tell us about all the other places people can find us out and about on the internet?
Absolutely. We can be found on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, and I think that's it, aside from Twitch, which we are here now. YouTube, you'll see our reruns over there. We also have some shorts. We've got all sorts of content on TikTok. Go follow us over there. And then if you want to keep up with us just on regular day-to-day life and Dungeons and Dragons memes, Blue Sky and Instagram are the way to go.
Sure.
Ta-da!
All right. Next up, we've got a couple bits about our partners. Tony, would you like to tell us about Hexwood Creations?
So hexwoodcreations.com or Hexwood Creations on Ko-Fi. It's this wonderful online shop where you can get many wood-related products. Most popularly, dice trays with very strong magnets and multiple types of inserts. So it's not just you get the box and the lid and that's it. You can get the box, the lid, and buy separate inserts. So you could have a dice chest, if you will, which is fantastic. We also have dice towers. This is a dice turret, I like to call. And there's signs, wizard staves, They do into stock, they do customization, and if you go to hexocreations.com or hexocreations on Ko-Fi, use the code RB20, Romeo Bravo 20 at checkout, you will get a discount on purchase, and also let them know that you found out about their store through us. So it's hexocreations.com with discount code RB20, Romeo Bravo 20 at checkout.
From Hexwood over at TikTok as well. He posts a lot of TikTok, and oftentimes he'll do special giveaways and stuff on there. So like, use this code that you get from TikTok to get even more. So, and then sometimes raffles and things. So check him out on TikTok and also at hexwoodcreations.com. And I'm going to wrap it up by talking about our other partner, Dragon's Nest Delivery, which is where we got this very one shot that we're playing. Dragon's Nest Delivery is a monthly subscription service that you get. That's all D&D themed. So you get digital one-shots that come with the adventure itself. It also comes with sometimes a special class or special items or special bad guys. And then it comes with DMCA-free or copyright-free music, which is like what we're listening to right now. And then sometimes some of the adventures come with tokens that you could use on virtual tabletops or other fun things that you can use to play your games. The other thing that they come with is minis. You get a bunch of minis, 3 or 4 sometimes, that are usually unpainted, so you can paint them yourselves. They've lately been having encounter cards that have like monsters or spell effects or different things on them. They have usually some stickers, some Japanese snacks, which are always an adventure to try because I can never tell what they are. I've still got one that I'm afraid of because it's like a jelly thing, and I don't know. It's like squishy. I don't know. I'm afraid of it, so I haven't tried it yet. Oh, there's Dee's showing off her encounter cards. The best thing for me and for any other dice goblin is the dice. So you get usually a set of acrylic dice like this, and then a set of metallic dice like this. And each month is different. I know. I've got a couple sets here. I haven't opened yet either. Yeah. So if you collect dice, it's a really good way to build your collection. And you can get just one box or a monthly subscription that comes every month. And if you use our code Reality Break with a capital R and a capital B, you will get, I think it's 15% off. And you can use that for either a single box or a subscription if you like. And it also lets them know that we sent you. So go check out dragonsnestdelivery.com for all the information about all that.
The links and information for all of those are in the chat.
Yep.
They're also written via airplane. We write it in the clouds. It's really expensive. It's really expensive to do, but we want to make sure people that don't have a computer or the internet know to go to dragonsnestdelivery.com. So
I don't know how people who don't have the internet are going to go to dragonsnestdelivery.com.
Also, if people don't have the internet, why are we talking to them right now? Because they're not watching us.
So the one person that downloads our videos or our VODs and then lives in the woods somewhere, and then so they just watch them off a little USB thing or something.
Thank you, Claire.
But if a nerd poops in the woods, are they still watching us online?
Yes.
I'm not sure how to
Well, they're watching us
one.
offline, technically, but yes.
All right, moving along.
I think we speed ran those announcements, by the way.
I think that lasted exactly 10 minutes, which is about what I wanted them to. So
not even. It was actually 8.5.
See? Perfect. We can do it in less than half an hour.
But why? Why do we want to?
Because I want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons!
That's more fun than doing announcements, in my mind. But that is all of my little list, which means it is time to actually play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
This is way more fun when we can transition from that to a video.
It is.
Okay, you know what?
Or to something. Any sort of something.
One point, I'm not sure if we're doing this already, but like our VODs and stuff that we upload to YouTube, Just need to make sure we actually have like in the description the link to Hexwood and Dragon's Nest. Just people can actually find those if they watch the VODs.
Note for D.
There you go. Devin, go.
What? Making a clip, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Who was talking to me?
Did you clip something pleasurable? Wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
Oh God, I'm gonna spill my tea
What did
everywhere.
I do? What did I do?
You did it. It's fine. We'll tell you later.
Go watch.
We'll tell you later.
Go download the video. Go into the woods and then watch it in the VOD.
Okay.
We'll tell you later. But our lovely adventurers, to recap a little bit, they the beginning of this adventure, they found themselves in a town whose name I have already forgotten because it's Asenath. Asenath. There we go. A town looking for Professor Take, who they have been hired to protect as he embarks on an expedition to discover the tomb of Amen-Rut. He has a map and is very determined. While in the town, they helped out some of the locals by solving some mysteries and convincing a drug addict to go to rehab, and eventually found their way to the professor and made their way into the desert. While in the desert, they encountered a whole host of baddies. They dispatched a very large, multi-legged beast called a behir, and maneuvered through some quicksand, defeated some scorpions, had their food or some of their food stolen by goblins, and then half of the expedition left since there was not enough provisions to continue for everybody. And that is where we have left it. Did I get everything? I think I got the highlights.
Yeah, I appreciate you not calling Legionnaire out for exploding half of the food that the goblins stole.
The food was lost.
The food
one
was
way
lost.
or another.
Exactly.
I
Nobody
wasn't
knows
gonna
how.
blame
It's
Blaine.
crazy.
Well, see, even if that food wasn't lost, I feel like the scorpions would have killed everyone that left, or they would have sunk in the quicksand anyway. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fair. All right. So let me make sure that there's nothing else for me to say before we move on. Is everybody ready to move on?
The only thing I want to make sure of is after the battle with the scorpions, did we rest? Because was that around?
Let's see.
Because we did the
I'm
battle with
looking.
the Behir, then we
No.
rested, and then okay, so
No. So you guys, you had your battle with the Behir, then you made camp. The goblins came. Then the next day was the quicksand and the scorpions. And I
Okay.
will say that you traveled through the day. It's just you and Professor Take, and like a couple of expedition porters, essentially carrying equipment and such.
Yep.
Traveled until nighttime and then took a rest, and it is now the next day.
Cool. All right, cool. So I will still take my long rest. Huzzah.
All right.
Sweet.
Yep. Make sure everybody gets their long rest because I know some of you got quite hurt. And you're taking your rest in. You would take your rest in there's a pass between two kind of not cliffs but two large, they're kind of cliffs, I guess.
Dunes?
Mountains, almost
Dunes?
rocky outcroppings, and this pass kind of goes between them, and that's where you have taken your rest.
Okay.
Anybody want to do anything the next morning?
I was gonna say we should probably talk to Dr. Pake?
Professor.
Professor
Mr.
Pake?
Take?
Pake? I'm never not gonna call him Pake. I don't know why.
Pocky. It makes me hungry every time we
so-
talk about him.
So the professor is it's first thing in the morning. He's just packing up his stuff, very excited because he thinks we're getting close. So he's bustling about, checking his notes. He's got his map. He's like comparing his map and his notes. He's making notations in his little notebook, looking at the cliff sides, like making notes.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, hi.
Yes.
How
Can I
much
help you?
longer do you think it'll be before we get to where we need to go?
Oh, I think maybe today or maybe tomorrow, depending on how quickly we can navigate through the desert. But if you look, and he'll call you over. If you look just down the pass, you see that ridge, like in the distance. I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at this map, these old notes that I found, and I think it might be at that ridge.
You think it might be? Or it
Well,
is?
nobody's been there before. I don't know. It's the
No,
whole point of an
yeah.
expedition.
Okay. Right. Well, okay. Let's get going.
All right.
Good talk.
Well done, Florence. Well done. You're such a conversationalist.
I really am. I really, really am.
And he'll just bustle off with his notes, like stuffing them in his little bag.
While Legionnaire is packing up, they would like to kind of observe, because yesterday was kind of a hectic day, so they're gonna do a quick perception check on the professor and the porters, kind of specifically, to see how they've kind of recovered emotionally from the previous day.
So that would be insight, probably, not perception.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. What am I? What's my insight? Ooh, I think that's better than my perception anyway, so I'll take it. .gif.
There you go.
19 plus 5 for 24.
Good lord. So you can tell that the porters seem shaken. They went through a lot yesterday, a lot more than they anticipated. So they're nervous, and not particularly keen to go on, but they are getting paid, so they're gonna continue. Professor Take is excited and determined and not particularly affected by the events of yesterday, but definitely agitated. But you think it's probably more like anxiety and anxiousness to get going, and you know that you guys might actually make it to the tomb today.
Okay. So I'm gonna guess while Florence is having her conversation with Professor Take, Legionnaire would like to walk over to like where the porters are, because it sounds like they might be a little bit separate from the professor. And just, we don't have to like heavy role play it out, but just kind of go over there to kind of like ease their nerves and just say, this one is fairly confident that we've noticed that yesterday was a very stressful day, but just to let you know, this one and their compatriots are very confident that we will be able to keep your party safe during the rest of the events of the travel to get to our destination and achieve our objective. Just something like that.
Make me either a persuasion check or a performance check if you think you're giving a motivational speech. I'll let you pick.
I suck at both. So I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, but Legionnaire, not very charismatic. They are not.
Get wrecked.
I cannot imagine. That seems so wild to me.
Yeah, no, they
This is totally new information.
They have no pizzazz when it comes to anything.
All right. Well, if you're trying to persuade them that everything will be okay, then make a persuasion check. If you are trying to give a motivational speech, then make a performance check.
Oh, well, it's a 0 either way, so I'll go with persuasion, and it doesn't matter because I rolled a 5.
I need
they
some
are looking between you, who's this weird metal person with one glowing eye, and the ranger who just made some really awkward conversation with Professor Take and has walked away, and the fighter who is dual-wielding battle axes and is not talking to anyone. And they're like not any less nervous.
Okay. Well, Legionnaire is going to turn around and basically in their head go, "That went really well. I'm really proud of how that went."
Fair.
Cool. And then they'll finish packing up. And when they see Florence walk over and say, they'll go, "Compatriot Florence, this one has an inquiry if you have a moment."
Go for it.
How were you able to obtain the information from Professor Take regarding the extent of our journey?
Yeah. So he's basically told me that he doesn't know exactly when we will get there. It'll be within the next day or so. Hopefully. He's not entirely sure where we're going, it turns out.
Well,
I'm having less confidence in him as time goes.
this one does wish that they had been able to convince Professor Take to let this one analyze the map in further detail to provide more context, but this one did not want to intrude and pry too much into information that does belong to Professor Take. But between yourself, and compatriot Callie, I have the fullest faith in our abilities, regardless of how long it takes us to get there.
I'm glad you do, mate, because I can't say the same for all these happenings that have been going on. It's getting a bit more brutal as time goes. Let's just hope there's no more scorpions.
This one, though, is very impressed with how quickly compatriot Callie did defeat those scorpions.
Very true. That's very true.
She definitely made up for the fact that the other battle did not go as well for her as normal.
There was a lot of redemption going on.
No doubt.
Unlike me. But that's fine. You win some, you lose some. But we won together.
And when you say that, Legionnaire is gonna do the arm across both shoulders hug and be like, "Yes, we did. And we should be proud of that accomplishment. We have completed that. We completed the tasks that have been put forth in front of us, and we shall continue to complete them until we have achieved the ultimate objective." And then do
Death?
Well, that is certainly absolutely a outcome that has been calculated in. This one does predict that we have approximately an 82.5% chance of succeeding at this point.
I'll take 82.5. This can't beat it all.
Yes, as to prior to the Scorpion battle, it was at approximately 34%, so. But we shall focus on the positive.
At that point, Florence is going to look over at Callie and go, "Good job! You got your percentage up."
Does Callie respond?
She just stares and.
I'm traveling with a bunch of dingbats.
Yeah.
Legionnaire continues to be one of my favorite characters ever.
Right?
Love him.
Yeah. So then do one last the squeeze of the shoulders hug kind of thing and pat on the back and then go back to finishing packing. Oh, and they will also, as they walk by Callie, they will do the same thing. The hug on the shoulder and the extra little squeeze.
I'm sure Callie loves that.
Yeah. You get the death stare of all death stares when you do that, just so you know.
Not registered at all. They are just so proud of how the day has started and everything they've accomplished as a group that
if Legionnaire could smile, they'd be doing it.
Heck yeah. It's a Mary Poppins kind of day.
There you go. All right, well, as everybody finishes packing up and looks through the pass out over the desert to the distant cliffs, I would like everyone to roll a survival check for me.
Thought you're gonna say roll initiative.
I was
Roll initiative. No.
Da, 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 da.
I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean.
I am
Oh.
though.
What is today?
Tuesday.
What is-
Can I have advantage because
I need it.
I need it? Oh, I don't need it.
All right. Oh, that's not great, but not bad.
26.
Damn. 26.
Told you I didn't need it.
Legionnaire, what'd you get?
15.
15. Callie?
2.
2. Callie's just happy to be here.
I'm imagining it's like a roll,
No,
and
no.
then Callie stands up and just falls over.
Ah!
I was thinking more like Callie got up and started marching, but like in the opposite direction back to town, and someone had to grab her and like
Callie,
turn her around,
Callie,
face her
Callie.
the right way.
She
That's
was
even
just
better.
so proud of defeating those scorpions yesterday that like she's on cloud 9, you know?
All right. Well, despite Callie's mishap, you all managed to make it through the desert. You make it to the cliffs, and
Wait,
you
I thought we were in the ravine.
you were in a ravine, and then in the distance there were cliffs. And
Ah.
that's where
okay.
that's what Professor Take was pointing out.
Okay. So how long did our
So-
journey take?
Your journey took, instead of taking 2 days, which is what it was going to take, if the rolls had been not quite so good, you managed to get there in the evening. So the sun is just starting to set as you guys approach the cliffs, and you see a little crevice in the cliffs as you
Crevasse.
are drawing closer. I have a little bit of flavor text to read. for
Let's
this.
go.
After enduring the relentless challenges of the Sakmaruna Desert, your intrepid group of explorers stand before the elusive entrance to the tomb of Amen-Rut. The entrance, a cryptic portal to the secrets buried within, reveals itself as a seemingly obscure cave hidden within the face of a towering cliff. The entrance, though unassuming, harbors an air of ancient mystery. The rough-hewn stone archway, partially concealed by the surrounding rocks, beckons you to venture into the unknown. The dim cavern within promises the echoes of forgotten whispers and the secrets of a bygone era. As you approach the cave entrance, the coolness within offers respite from the scorching desert heat. The professor, his eyes reflecting a mixture of excitement and trepidation, gestures towards the darkness that lies beyond. "This is it," he whispers, his voice carrying the weight of anticipation. "The tomb of Amen-Rut awaits." And with that, we will move you guys over to the map.
Yay, map.
Yay!
Oh. I can't see anything.
Well, it's
dark.
it's mostly covered, so you're gonna have to go to the far.
I got it.
The lower left corner is where
Alright.
you all are.
I got to make sure that the folks on the internet can see us.
Yup.
Okay, there we go. All right.
All right. So you guys have a choice. You can camp just outside the tomb. You can venture in a little ways to take a rest inside if you'd like, or you can just start exploring the tomb.
This one would vote to camp outside, so we could do a little bit of we could not do reconnaissance, but get a full day's rest. Get a full night's rest before going in. So this one votes to camp outside.
Yeah, okay.
Professor Take will defer to you all in this matter.
Compatriot Callie, do you have any objections to sleeping outside tonight?
No, I mean, who knows what's in there?
Okay. All right. So we will set up camp outside.
All right. Do you guys set watches?
Yes.
I'll take first watch.
All right.
Before we bunk down for the night, Legionnaire would like to go to, you might hate me for this, Christy, would like to go to Professor Take.
Okay.
And say, Professor Take, this one does have an inquiry if you have a moment.
I suppose. What do you want?
So we have reached the destination, which this one is very excited to start exploring tomorrow.
So excited. There should be all sorts of wonderful history to explore in there, and maybe some treasure, but most importantly, some incredibly valuable artifacts and history for. I'm so excited.
So this one that is the inquiry that this one does have. Traditionally, pharaohs are buried in elaborate tombs and pyramids. This one does appear to be just buried into a cliffside with this beautiful but kind of unassuming hole. So this one is wondering if you know the history as to why Amun-Rut was buried in this particular manner to begin with, if there's any kind of historical context for that.
Well, you see, it has to do with what era he was a pharaoh in. Some of the pharaohs in the later era, if you're talking, I don't know, 5th, 6th dynasty, they were the ones that constructed the great monuments that you might think of more traditionally. But pharaohs from earlier dynasties, in order to protect from looters rather than elaborate temples with traps and things, they would hide their tombs. And that's why Amun-Rut's tomb has been hidden for centuries. True fact, Egyptians, King Tut buried in something just like this.
Nerd.
No!
Nerd.
That's awesome. I love that you pulled that out. That's awesome. The other inquiry this one has is what kind of information, because you had mentioned historical artifacts and treasures and things like that. What kind of artifacts or history are you looking to obtain or learn from this tomb?
Well, because Amun-Rut is from one of the early dynasties, it's a time period that we don't know a lot about, because most of our knowledge of this region's history comes from these tombs where they created elaborate stories with hieroglyphs on the walls of their temples, of their pharaohs and other high important figures that have died. And because we don't have very many tombs of these of pharaohs from this dynasty, we don't know a lot about that period of time. So by finding more of these tombs, then we can learn more about this period of time. And I found this very ancient text about Amun-Rut specifically that gave me clues about the pass that we camped in last night, and where that was in relation to the stars and the sun and the moon and all these other things that I'm sure would be very much beyond you, would in order to point us in this direction. And here we are.
In their head, Legionnaire goes, "How dare you?" But brushing that aside, Legionnaire does go, and one other inquiry is, does the historical documents you reviewed that provided the location also clue into any potential traps or misdirections or defense systems that may be in place to keep the tomb safe, as you had stated was the intended goal of the pharaohs from the early dynasties?
Oh, well, I would anticipate that there are traps of some sort there. I mean, that only makes sense. But I don't know other than that. This was mostly about, obscure references to an archway and a cliff and that's the sort of thing I was tracking. It wasn't detailed descriptions, because if we had those detailed descriptions, we would already know where the tomb was and we wouldn't have to have this expedition. I'm just hoping we get confirmation that this is the correct tomb. How wonderful would it be to find a new tomb that we didn't know about?
That certainly would be fascinating. And this one would look forward to assisting in that exploration as well. But the primary objective is to find Amun-Rut. So we have done that, and this one looks forward to exploring it with you and their compatriots upon the morrow.
I'm very pleased with your performance so far. I'm no doubt that you will be at the top of the reference list for any future expeditions.
This one does appreciate that. Thank you. And then they will bow. And they will say, sleep well, Professor, and we will see thee upon the morrow.
He'll bustle off with his notebook, and he'll be flipping through and taking notes and jotting down if there's any designs on the archway.
I was
copying
also
them
going to
down.
ask if there was anything like of unique interest on the archway itself.
It's mostly like really faded geometric designs. You can't. There's enough rock covering it that you can tell there's maybe been like a rock slide in the past that covered part of it and damaged some of the archway and things like that. So it's pretty faded. There's nothing of note.
Okay. Cool. By the way, like Legionnaire would have been beaming throughout that whole conversation because they just love knowledge, and just pulling that in was like
Fair.
You know, they could have sat there with like a cup of tea, just sipping and listening the whole night. If, you know, they drank, you know, organics, food, and drink. So
Fair.
drink motor oil.
Yeah. Gross. All right.
To you,
So-
not to Legionnaire.
Well,
Don't be
yeah, gross
judgmental.
to me.
Don't be
Okay,
judgmental.
apologies. I'm so sorry, Legionnaire, for insinuating that motor oil was gross.
This one accepts your apology and appreciates your understanding.
So Florence has the first watch. Roll a perception check.
No.
Wow.
Oh God. Oh. 12?
12. With a 12, you with a 12,
Unless I can use my
after-
passive.
No, you're fine. With a 12, while you are watching the dune, you see the top of the dune, a sand dune not too far from where you are. You notice a little movement, a little scurrying movement. And scurrying, yep. Like a little digging, and then a little scurry, and then a little digging, a little scurry, and then a little pounce, and a little digging, a little scurry. And if you focus your attention a little bit more, you notice a very small creature with very large ears. And it's a little tiny fennec fox hunting bugs in the desert night.
I'm enjoying my watch a lot more now.
And eventually he does another little pounce, and pounce, pounce, pounce. And then you see him lift his head up and trot off and over the edge of the dune.
Are you going to try to get a pet?
No. He's too far away.
Oh.
I'd be a horrible person keeping watch if I just left you guys to go pet a random fox.
But would Florence?
Dominic would.
Dominic would.
Dominic definitely would.
100% would just be like, bye.
And then while we're trying to fight off an attack, he'd be like, "Hey, I got a fox."
You got a fox. No, I think Florence would just enjoy it.
That's fair.
Enjoy nature in a new terrain
Environment.
environment.
I got you, boo.
And a few hours after you saw the fox scuttle off,
You can
your watch
get me.
ends.
You can get me.
Okay.
So, Legionnaire, I guess you're up.
Yep.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Perception. Perception. Perception.
Did you get a
Nat
1?
1. A nat 1.
They were just so excited.
A
Can I
nat
get
one.
nat ones in the chat? This one was just so excited about all the knowledge, and like they're sitting there trying to try to pull up all the information they know about early dynasty pharaohs, and doing like the. Come to think of it, Professor Taki did have a good point about like the early dynasties. Now that I'm remembering that conversation that I had, 6 weeks ago with that one person at the tavern, and that's just what they're doing the whole night.
They notice nothing. They notice nothing, and in fact, they're a little bit late waking Callie up for next watch. Because they're so distracted. If I were meaner, I would make a rattlesnake sneak up on you or something, but I'm not going to do that.
And do
What's
what?
it gonna do? Break its tooth on him?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm sure you're like immune to poison damage or something like that.
I have advantage on rolls against being poisoned, and I get half
there you go.
damage on being poisoned.
Okay, well,
And I'm
next
immune
time...
to any other disease.
Oh, there you go.
Except stupidity.
Except nat ones. All right. So Legionnaire wakes Callie up just as when when it's not like sunrise, but it's definitely you can start to see like
4
outlines
a.m.
of things.
Like 4 a.m.
Yeah, like 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
where you're just starting. It's just slightly lighter. The sky is just slightly lighter than the surroundings. That's when you wake Callie up.
I call that the Pride and Prejudice hour.
That is yes. It's even slightly before the Pride and Prejudice hour is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of
Like,
when I
I'm
wake
just
up to go to the gym, which is way too early.
The Pride and
And-
Prejudice hour.
Yeah.
I randomly
Alright.
woke up at 6. And I also fell asleep without realizing it. So I was very confused for a sec.
No, no.
So Callie, make a perception check.
14.
14. So you notice during your watch, which is a little bit shorter than you anticipated, as the sun is just like not coming over the horizon, but like that part of the sky is starting to get lighter and changing from that like deep dark blue into a bit more of an orange as the sun is getting ready to rise. Across that part of the sky, you notice a hawk flying kind of in the same direction that Florence noticed the fennec fox.
Oh no.
And you notice it soar, and then you notice it circle a few times.
You should have gone and got the fox, Florence. You should have gotten
then
the fox, Florence.
Heads off across in front of the sun as the sun just starts to crest the horizon. And that's it. And that's your watch. So as the sun fully starts to rise, Professor Take, who is, of course, a grumpy old man, so he wakes up basically with the sun, gets up and starts to pack up his notebooks into a satchel, and lots of paper and pens, and there's pieces of parchment flying all over the place. And then he's just kind of stands waiting expectantly for the rest of you all at the entrance.
Yep. Oh, Legionnaire's packed up. Yep. And Legionnaire does want to be the one out front.
I'll say the porters stay outside, and they set up like a little bit of a camp, like they're expecting to maybe stay a little bit longer while the tomb gets explored.
Do any of them look like they could defend themselves, like in a pinch?
They're not really. I mean, maybe if they had to, they would be able to defend themselves enough to to run away if they had to.
Yeah, I think
is gonna eat them.
Yeah, something like that. I think Legionnaire would like to go over like a do not fight if you're not comfortable fighting, and figure out like make sure they have a plan before we go in go in, that they figure out a plan with them to make sure that they that we know where they go if something happens, kind of thing, like a contingency plan. So
Home. They're going to run for home.
dope. Okay, well, at least Legionnaire knows that now, so. There we go.
All right. So you guys should be able to move your tokens. If you can't, let me know, and I will try to fix it.
Alright, so Legionnaire will start skidaboosh.
Okay. So let me see if I can make this work. As you head into the entrance, that first few feet, you have to get a little bit in before the brightness from the sun outside kind of lets your lens adjust to the darkness. And
I also am 6'6". So am I crouching? Am I...
No, I would say at this point, it's not that the ceiling's low, it's more that it's narrow, so you probably have to turn sideways and, like, scoot your way in.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And then, and that's... I think I revealed it. Can you guys
Yep.
see more?
I see
okay.
T1.
Yep. That is T1. That is the tomb entrance. Some of these, the markings are for my notes. For the
okay, you're gonna have to move Professor Take, Christy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I figured I would just flank, or I guess follow, if it's like Legionnaire, the professor, and then me.
Sure.
That way he's not going in last.
Okay. So there's nothing really in this like kind of entry entrance. You can see some decorated pillars that have fallen over. And once you guys kind of clear the entrance, Professor Take will actually kind of shuffle over to the pillars to examine them more closely, to take some notes on the style of decoration and copy some of them down. There's no writing on it. There's no hieroglyphics. It's just, again, geometric decorations like the front.
On the pillar, is there anything on the walls? Like, maybe a warning sign that says, "Warning, if you can read this, it's booby-trapped up ahead. Here's how you solve the puzzle." Is there any of that?
No, the walls are just rock, so you
Oh.
think this pillar might have been part of like the construction process potentially.
Okay.
But the walls are just like cave rock. There's no carving or decoration or anything.
They're very
No big
plain
warning
walls.
signs. They're very plain walls.
Anybody else feel like they're in the Goonies right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not dissimilar in some ways, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess Legionnaire will specifically wait for the professor to kind of finish making notes there are, and then when he's ready to go, we will move on.
All right. So once he finishes making his notes, he'll kind of stand up from his crouch and kind of nod his head towards you.
All right. Sally forth. On to the next room. Badoop.
All right.
I'm invisible!
So... Hold on. I'm still learning how to work Roll20. All right. So the next room, as you kind of go down the short little corridor there, maybe that much, you see a whole bunch of weird fungi are kind of all over the floor and the walls. Is that how far you move into this room?
I would say Legionnaire, as soon as they saw the fun guy, would go, "Hey, this looks like a cool party."
How did I know that was coming?
It was a joke is so old it can rent a car.
Pretty much.
I would say, yeah, pretty much they wouldn't get closer than 10 feet of the closest fungi. And then they would probably stick their arm out to make sure Professor Take doesn't like walk into it accidentally or anything like that.
All right.
Florence?
Go ahead.
I don't know if I want to cast cure or find traps. Does it seem like a place? Is it booby trapped?
Oh, you can roll a perception or investigation.
Perception.
Unless I could use my passive.
Unless I can use my passive.
No, this one I will say you are actively looking for things.
You
so
did say you
pass
were.
is
I
on
rolled the
this
same
one.
thing, so 12.
12. You don't think there are any like man-made, person-made traps, but these fungi look weird. There's all sorts of different ones too. There's puffballs that are like a foot wide, and some that have like big stalks that are almost 5 feet tall, and like shelf fungi, like different colors on the walls and like on the stalactites and stuff. It's really funky.
Well, I'm not really sure about this. I've never seen anything like this, but it doesn't look like it's... Do you think it's maybe been brought in to grow?
Professor Take, do you have any knowledge on this species of fungi?
He's flipping through his notes. Well, there's nothing in my notes about this. And I have to say that mycology is not exactly my area of expertise. But
Okay.
fungi, mushrooms in general are...
Could I do either a history or
poisonous?
a nature check to try to identify it?
I would say a nature.
Okay.
This
I
one.
also do a nature because I was just about to ask that.
Oh,
Go for
well,
it.
if you want, yeah, you go for, yeah, you want to. I'll let you do it. I'm cool.
Oh, and some of them are glowing, I forgot to say. They're
Actually,
little
if I can,
phosphorescent.
can I give her advantage? Because I'll say I will help her.
Like you guys are gonna chat about it? How are you gonna help her?
I will say, compatriot Callie, I can search my database to see if this is a fungi that I recognize if you want to observe them.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
That was stretching it a little bit, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it!
I'll allow it.
Oh, sure, but I can't use my
22.
passive perception.
22. 22. So with a 22, I will say you don't recognize all of the species of fungi, but some of them look very similar to others that you've encountered in the world. And the ones that you've encountered were obviously much smaller, but they did sometimes release like a cloud of spores if you like brushed against them or touched them or walked near them. So you assume that these would probably do something similar, but on a much larger scale.
Poisonous spores?
Potentially.
Cool. Alright. Well,
And
then...
it's just like that random glass of water that you find in the street. Is it water? Is it poison? You don't know.
Sure! Yep.
Both.
That's cool. 3 minutes.
Okay. So you guys gonna go through? Or you're gonna wait here in?
I would say...
Let's go through.
I would say a Legionnaire would probably recommend to the group that we move through it nimbly as we can, to avoid contact. And they will
Yeah.
they will obviously go first to kind of like show a path on how to do it.
All right.
Do I need to do anything special to do that, or can I just walk through?
You can walk through, and while you are walking through, you will make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Legionnaire starts melting.
All right.
Florence is gonna pull her scarf up over her mouth.
All right.
And
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you just want to take like your full movement through there, you can do that.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. Hold on, I gotta find my thing. Okay. Constitution saving. Oh, dang. All right. 6 plus 7 for 13.
13 is exactly what you needed.
Beat it. Let's go.
You managed to make it through. There are some puffs that happen kind of behind you as you go, but you managed to make it through without issue.
Legionnaire's basically like, do what I did, but a little bit better.
Do we want to take a break while everybody else is looking at this room full of fungi, or do you guys just want to hustle through and then take a break?
Now let's go ahead and take a break.
Grabs Professor Take, just shoves him in, sees what happens.
Oh my god.
No.
That's what
Cast
Good luck!
fireball.
All right. Cool. All right.
All right.
Break us down.
Then, so we will, with the one of the party members made it through this cavern of random mushrooms, and the others poised on the edge. We will take our break, and we'll see you in a few minutes. In about 10 minutes or so. Make sure you go get a drink, go get a snack, go potty, and we'll see you back here shortly.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
fine.
usually.
Yes,
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
right.
You do also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
Licks the door.
Why did you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
so.
He is indeed a natural.
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
you're dragging bodies down the road on your car.
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down
a-
the road. They're on
We
like
made
a
a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
I'm not.
Jeffrey, that's the dogs. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in your
telling me,
mind?
Tasha.
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So, but with axes because it's axe training day.
That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind of
Good to
like,
see it.
yep, he, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, go start.
Now this, goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Found something you have.
You're all so blown out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask
Ask
me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red. This is my happy vein. My happy vein. I got closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, "Impressive. So happy."
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh my God.
3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my God.
We are doing
Okay.
that at some point because there are 3 of us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There
It
you
needs
go.
to be done. And I have a
Alright.
trench coat.
All right, but I'm
We like clips.
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 Clips are very important.
You should definitely make clips of today. If you don't, I will find you, and I will TPKO you.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
fine.
usually.
Yes,
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
right.
You do also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
Licks the door.
the door. Why did you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
so.
He is indeed a natural.
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass-fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging bodies down the road on your car.
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down
a-
the road. They're on
We
like
made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
Is I'm not.
Jeffrey, that's the dog. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in your
telling me,
mind?
Tasha.
Did you hear that my
He
night?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So, but with axes. Because it's axe training day.
That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind of
Good to see it.
Yep, he kind of ruffles his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, go start.
Now this goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
We on time.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good break.
Someday,
we're...
someday there'll be an A&E biography on what goes on behind the scenes of our breaks.
No.
Oh,
Tonight
man.
That'd be
on-
when the
This time
murder happens, though.
Tonight
We were
on
talking-
biography.
Yeah, we were talking about carbonated water.
Spicy.
Like you do. But what's not carbonated are these fungi in this cave. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. Legionnaire made it through without any issues.
I don't know why that's so
I'm
funny.
changing the topic.
No, continue. Continue.
Okay.
Let Tony
Who's
die in the
next?
background.
I'll go next. Actually, no, I guess Callie would go next, technically, because she's in the... Yeah.
I don't know why that was so
Callie's
funny.
just gonna
You're the best.
very carefully kind of try to traipse through.
All right, roll your Constitution saving throw.
Oh, thank you, Christy.
I didn't even hear what I said, so that's fine.
It was the segue. It was just so good.
Oh.
It was just so good. I don't know why it made me
It was.
laugh.
It was the straight face for it.
Yeah.
9. So that unfortunately is a fail. Let me get my dice here to roll some damage for you, unfortunately.
She was trying to be so careful that she screwed up. It's like when I was trying so hard to not screw up in front of this cop that I ran a red light, and then I got pulled over anyway.
That
I hate when that
is-
happens.
That's
Ooh.
amazing.
That's kind of a lot. That is 16 points of poison damage. And that you take. as you're going through, you brush against you were tiptoeing very carefully, but you didn't notice that there was a big old puffball hanging down from one of the stalactites. You were paying very close attention to your feet, and your head brushed against one of them, and it released a little of spores that you inhaled.
This is the worst thing of limbo ever.
So you make it through, taking a little bit of poison damage. Tony's still dying over there, apparently. Go ahead and move your character too. Don't forget.
I needed that. Thank you. I've needed a laugh like that all week. Oh.
Professor Take makes it through, also with a 13. Barely. He watched you hit that puffball, and so he was paying close attention to where that one was. And that just leaves Florence.
Oh.
Constitution saving throw.
4.
Just misses.
You were paying so much attention to that puffball that Callie hit that you trip on one. And you take 14 points of poison damage.
Hey.
As
I did my best.
You did your best.
It's all you can do. All right,
It's true.
Make sure you move yourself, Florence.
Working on note. I got notes.
They're multiplying.
Somebody's got to take notes.
And they're losing control. All right. Making our way downtown. I'm guessing those are more crumbled pillars.
Yep. More crumbled pillars.
Professor Take stopping and observing each one?
He will stop and check them out for any writing, but if it's just designs, he will move on. The further you guys get in, the more like
where's the good stuff
he's getting.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Oops. I moved the whole map instead of the single character because I selected the wrong thing.
All right.
Me, every
time. All right.
All right. As you round the corner,
just around the river bend,
you see
I look once more.
This pool of water in the center of this cavern. It's got some plants floating in it, but it's an odd kind of color. It's kind of a dark gray almost.
Gross.
Maybe it's the antidote. No.
Maybe it's the antidote for your poison.
Should jump in and see what happens.
Can we skirt around it?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a lip around the edge of it. You can skirt around it if you want.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay. Inara is not here to poke it with a stick.
You know she would.
Just poke it with a stick. It'll be fine.
This is the solution to all of our problems.
Poke it with a stick.
Poke it with a stick.
All right, yep. So Legionnaire will start skirting around the edge of the water.
All right.
Bloop.
Go ahead and move your character.
No rolling? Okay.
Don't question it,
you
bro.
could check it out closer if you
I
want.
know.
But
I feel.
nothing happens.
I feel a little bit of the professor or teacher. We didn't get any homework. You know?
Do we have to do like an athletics?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because she said little bit of a lip. You know?
It's enough that you can carefully. It's not a huge pool of water. You can skirt around it without too much trouble. You want to leap over it? That's a different conversation. But
Legionnaire will also, while we're skirting around it, ask the professor if this is like a natural occurring phenomenon.
Oh well, geology and that sort of thing is not really my forte, so I don't know. It doesn't have like a designed edge or lip or like it was built, so I'm not sure.
Curious.
Oh, I'm not Morag. I went Scottish for a second. What exactly is your forte? You keep saying
Geology.
that he's... But you keep saying things that aren't your forte. So, like, why are we here if it's not your forte?
Because there's archaeological discovery in here, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, the designed built pillars would indicate, and I will tell you that the geometric designs are consistent with some of the writings that I've seen from early dynasty pharaohs, so I think we're on the right track. But that doesn't mean I know anything about pools of water in a cave.
Might do you some good.
Might do you some good to learn about them too. You're here as well.
You're a towel. It's literally the energy I just got from that.
You're a towel.
All right. So I'm guessing we all successfully skirt around.
Yep.
All right. On to the next mystery.
Everybody good with moving on?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. As you move on into the next chamber, you notice it is not empty.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
As you delve deeper into the complex network of caverns within the tomb of Amun-Rut, your party encounters an unexpected obstacle. A majestic gynosphinx. Gynosphinx? That's what I'm going with. Gynosphinx sprawled across the passage, her enigmatic eyes fixing upon you with an air of ancient wisdom. The colossal creature, its lion-like body adorned with elegant wings, speaks with a voice that reverberates through the chamber. Halt, seekers of knowledge, the Sphinx intones, her voice a harmonic blend of power and sagacity. That is a word I have never seen before. Before you may proceed into the sacred depths, you must first prove your wit and intellect. Answer 3 riddles, and the way shall be unveiled.
Oh,
Answer
God.
me these questions 3, nay, the other side, you see.
What is your favorite color?
Also, is it really bad that I was like a gynosphinx, so it's a sphinx that's really into women's health?
You know, as soon as I said it, that was the first thing I thought, and I'm like, I don't know how else to say this. That's how it's spelled. Gyno. And I will
So it's
also
a
say,
lady.
it is a lady sphinx, and I
Yep.
will say
Lady
that
sphinx.
that is a D&D monster. Like this is a D&D canon monster because I pulled that mini from the D&D compendium. So
Look,
we're just gonna go with Sphinx for now.
We will go
so
with
that the rest
Sphinx.
of us we don't have to get our giggles out anymore. So the Sphinx is kind
Fine.
of like a big cat, you know, like sprawled on their side, kind of her tail's
Sure.
like flicking a little
All right.
bit.
I will gesture.
She kind of like
Yeah.
needs her paws a little. You see big claws on the end.
Oh, she's baking bread.
Yep.
Um,
But like her feet are like they're
Yeah.
huge. She's
Yeah.
a big lady.
I will gesture to Professor Take and say, Professor Take, would this be any kind of experience you have expertise in?
Well, it depends on what the questions are. I've certainly never met a Sphinx before.
There we go. For those that listen, for those needing it at home, sagacity means keen perception. Thank you to chat.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Ask away, oh wise Sphinx.
For your first riddle, I am alive but without breath. I'm as cold in life as in death. I'm never thirsty, though I always drink. What am I?
Alive. Well, alive, but what?
Without breath.
Alive without breath. Cold, but not ice. And I drink, but I'm not thirsty.
brain wants to say a plant. Like my brain. Devin's brain.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just
kind of where
say
I went
plant.
to. Yeah.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Oh, have you ever seen a plant, a thirsty plant? Have you ever owned a peace lily? They're thirsty all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to read it again?
Yes, please.
I'm alive, but without breath. I'm as cold in life as in death. I'm never thirsty, though I always drink. Just not here forever. Everybody can give one answer, and then we will move on.
Plant.
I'm trying to learn about chlorophyll. I'm here to learn about chlorophyll. Oh, with the chlorophyll. A lot. Okay, so a lot.
The last line.
I'm never thirsty, though I always drink.
I'm alive but draw no breath. I'm cold in life and in death.
As cold in life as in
cold.
death.
Okay, yeah. And then I am not thirsty, but I always drink. Part of me says eyes, because eyes drink stuff in. They're alive, but they don't breathe. That's really, I guess for the sake of our one guess, for my one guess, I'll say. I will say, not eyes. God, I hate riddles so much.
What's your final answer? What's your final guess?
Do you have anything, Claire?
I want to say like dirt or soil.
Yeah, if chat has a hint or they think they have a suggestion, go for it.
I will allow chat participation.
Yeah.
I can't see
Jeff.
it.
I feel like you'd know.
Yeah. Jeff's a clever guy.
Jeff said that Devin, would probably get eaten by a sphinx.
What?
That's not the answer to the riddle, though, so that's not so much help.
Right. I'm alive but draw no breath. I'm cold in life and
shadow?
in death. The shadow considered alive?
But what does the shadow drink?
Is it a fish?
Is that your answer?
Chat's given as good as guessed as any, so I'll vote for fish.
It is indeed a fish.
Hey! Plant. Thanks, chat.
It is indeed a fish. Although I will tell you that the veterinarian in me is like, well, it's not that they're never thirsty. It's that they absorb the water through their skin, and so that they don't need to actually drink it. But
nerd,
I would have a trouble with this as an animal person.
Nerd.
Fish.
Yep.
All right.
For your second riddle, what is always old and sometimes new, never sad, sometimes blue, never empty but sometimes full, never pushes, always pulls?
I want to say that, like, my first thing is the tide. Or a wave.
I'm just hearing the wedding march in my head.
What? What is going on with your brain?
Something borrowed something blue.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I see
ADHD.
I see it.
All right.
All
No,
right,
actually,
one more
I kind
time.
of agreed with the tide. Can you say it one more time?
What is always old and sometimes new, Never sad, sometimes blue. Never empty, but sometimes full.
Oh.
Never pushes, always pulls.
Moon. It's the moon.
Yep, it's the moon. Nice job.
You were close with the tide.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right. For your last riddle. Some try to hide, some try to cheat, but time will show. We will always meet. Try as you might to guess my name.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, it didn't rhyme.
It didn't rhyme, I know. As I was reading it, I was like, and there needs to be another line there, but that's okay.
Say it one more time. One more time.
Some try to hide, some try to cheat, but time will show. We will always meet.
Fate.
That's sounds good to me. That sounds good to me.
Anybody else? We have 1 for fate. We have 2 for fate. D, final answer?
One more time.
Some try to hide, some try to cheat, but time will show. We will always meet.
Like death to me. Which I guess fate.
Ooh, hold on. Hide from death, cheat death. Ooh. Oh, that could go either way.
Yeah, your mom said death too. Great minds.
Is that your final answer?
Split down the
We
middle.
will always meet.
Yeah.
I mean, fate and death kind of go hand in hand, but...
Yeah, to give a definitive answer. I don't know, Claire. I might be on team. I might be on team death. Which sounds really
we
weird
might
to
be
say
on
that.
team death if we choose death.
I really say that out loud. Is like, clip that out of context.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm on team death.
All right. In the interest of moving on, I will say yes. The answer is death.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah. So death, fate, same vein.
Nice.
Both
All right.
inevitable.
Yeah.
She
exactly.
will- yeah, I was gonna say fate's like, but it is kind of a.
It was
close
very.
line. It's a thin line, but it's
yeah.
very
Hard.
final. Yeah.
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 Yup. All right.
So fish,
with
the moon, and death.
with her riddles answered successfully, the Sphinx.
Thank you, chat.
Gets kind of gets up and takes a couple of steps to the side and flumps over again like a cat, and starts like cleaning behind. Like she's got long dark hair, so she's kind of like using her claws to kind of comb her hair, and is not paying any attention to you anymore.
Legionnaire.
And just ignore the giant Sphinx statue.
Yeah.
That's there. You guys can move behind it.
Legionnaire doesn't do this, but Tony wants to walk up and go, "Who's your kitty?" and rub her belly. Who's your kitty? Yes,
I'll
she's
get
your
you
kitty.
mauled.
Yes, your
Dodged
kitty.
one fight. You really want to start another?
No, I said Legionnaire wouldn't do it, but Tony would want to. You know, it's like whenever I see a lion at the zoo and they're like flopped out, laying there, I just want to walk up and go, "Ooh, your good kitty,"
Fair.
and then die knowing I did something fun.
Professor Take was frantically scribbling notes the whole time, details of the Sphinx and
As one does.
the way the room looks.
As you do. All right,
As you do.
I am invisible.
You were invisible. All right, I gotta get my room reveal tool out. So this one's gonna be a little bit weird, so I'm gonna do my best.
Cool.
All right, there you
We
go.
dig weird.
Okay.
All right.
So you get past the Sphinx and into a very different space. This space has pavers. It has walls with decorations and carvings. This is clearly man-made. This is built. as opposed to the cave that you have been wandering through up till this point.
Okay. Same kind of designs on the wall, like no writing yet, just okay.
Not really any writing, no. There's some like pictographs of like people, you know,
Worshipping
like
this
maybe
thing,
an army
making
or,
a guard,
yeah.
like plowing a field, stuff like that. Okay.
Exactly. It's more pictographs than like actual like hieroglyphic writing or anything like that.
I am going to do my best while walking through to keep an eye out for traps. Unless our ranger would like to do that.
I mean, I can cast Find Traps.
That would be great if you could do that.
What is the range on Find Traps?
120 feet.
That's scary when they ask that.
120 feet. Like a diameter, circumference?
You sense the presence of any trap within a range that is within the line of sight. What?
Oh, so you have to be looking like down a hallway or something.
Yeah, but I can't even see 120 feet, so...
Well, if you want to walk around the corner, maybe you can see
No, I mean, like, in general.
I'm
blind. At least me.
But is Florence blind?
Probably. No.
All right,
okay.
So...
Casting Find Traps.
What does... So you just know where they are, or do you have to make a roll?
Give me 2 seconds, and I can read you the full thing.
Yeah, I was going to say read it out for me, because I am not as familiar. I know this.
Okay, a trap for the purpose of this spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which would be most traps, which was specifically intended as such by its creator. Thus, the spell would sense an area affected by the alarm spell, a glyph of warding, or a mechanical pit trap, but it would not reveal a natural weakness in the floor, an unsuitable ceiling or unstable ceiling, or a hidden sinkhole. The spell merely reveals that a trap is presented. So basically any man-made trap.
Okay, so like it wouldn't have triggered the fungi because they're naturally occurring.
Right. That's why I was asking if they were brought in. Or if,
I see.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
How long does the spell last?
Yep. Last.
8 hours.
Just an action.
It's just an action? Okay.
So for 6 seconds, you know where any traps are within that 120 feet.
Yeah, that's
that
all
you
it gives
can
me.
see, though. Line of sight?
Yeah, line of sight.
Okay.
But it's 120 feet line of sight. So if there's anything within 120 feet, I'll know.
All right. Okay, so as you cast that spell, you can tell that right in front of you, like 10 feet in front of you, there is a hanging boulder. So it's suspended in an area. Here, I can kind of reveal this for you. This is where it gets tricky because this map was not intended to be used the way that I am using it. So you see this big hanging boulder suspended above you. And you could tell that if you were not careful going through, that it would probably fall and damage you and potentially anybody standing like next to you.
Surely, if there was a giant boulder, I could have just used my passive perception for that.
I don't. Maybe.
But now we don't have to worry about it anyway.
Now you don't have to worry about it. Now you know.
Right.
And knowing is half the battle.
Is there anything to disarm it, or?
I will say you could either do a sleight of hand check to disarm it, or a acrobatics check to try to like skirt around where it would fall without tripping it.
Do I see where like the tripwire is?
I'll say that because of your spell, you would, yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to tell everyone, like, here is the wire. Please step over this. And let them all go ahead of me.
I don't know why that was so funny. You're like, I'm gonna tell everyone where it is, and then let them go first.
Well, so that I can like hold my arm there and say like, this is it. Step
So if
over
you-
my arm.
You go first. So if you die, that's on you.
Then I'll climb over the boulder.
Huzzah!
Or go back home, depending on who it is.
Girl dinner.
Girl
All right.
dinner.
All right, acrobatics for Legionnaire.
I'll tell you, the DC is really low because Florence is showing you exactly what you have to carefully step over.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
I wasted a really good roll then. 26.
Damn, you
do a
definitely
somersault.
make it over.
I somersault over it.
Legionnaire just levitates and
No, I don't.
Allie?
What I do is I do that like run up the wall, and then.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Taka got a nat 20 on it, so.
I also got a nat 20.
Hey! Really gonna regret these high rolls.
Everybody
on this.
is doing really well at getting over this trap. Callie, what'd you roll?
21.
Yeah.
No problem. Everybody makes it over. No problem.
Thanks, Callie. Thanks, Florence.
I got +5 to acrobatics, just so y'all know.
Nice.
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 Let me open up a
Nice
little
and
bit more
tight.
for you.
It's on.
And I will say, if anybody wants to make a perception or investigation check in these hallways for more traps, that is perfectly okay.
All right.
I would like to do that.
Please and thank you.
Go for it.
Is somebody lagging behind?
What? What do you mean?
Callie is.
Callie,
What are you talking about?
your person.
You have to move
There we go.
her.
All right, I am invisible.
Perception or investigation?
Can I use
My passive perception.
I'm just kidding. You said passive or perception or investigation?
Yes,
Performance.
either
You have to roll a performance check.
roll a performance
Oh, that was
check.
cocked.
I am
Thank
looking.
God that got cocked.
I am
Legionnaire, Are
looking.
you also rolling, or are you just walking into the invisible areas without checking?
I'm doing.
24.
I'm looking for traps via performative dance.
24.
24.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
who
at this
goes
point.
on?
No, I think
was
at this
gonna say-
point, because of that, Legionnaire will defer to
There you go.
Florence.
All right. With a 24, Florence easily sees. If I can select the freaking thing, God.
Rage.
Because the stupid button wasn't working. Florence easily sees these hanging blades that are Indiana Jones style, slicing back and forth across the hallway.
Kneels
Not
before
subtle
God.
at
Kneel!
Are they like the height of the hallway?
They
Or
are,
are they,
like, I will say they're not swinging back and forth. You can see that there's a blade suspended probably about waist height off to one side, so that the idea is if you hit the tripwire, it would swing and slice you.
I'm through!
So not quite Indiana Jones style, but
Well, to be fair, Indiana Jones was a blade through the floor and the wall, so you got kind of
That's
like
true.
a cross action.
not
That's
exactly.
true.
So I'm thinking more of
Um,
like I'm about to make a reference that no one will understand. The Librarian, a very old made-for-TV movie that I adore.
Nope. I remember that you liked it, but I don't remember it.
Yes, you don't remember it. There is a trap very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
I will say, for this to get through it, all three blades without issue, everybody make either acrobatics or athletics.
We can choose.
You can choose.
I
I'll let you choose
choose
this time.
acrobatics. I hope the DC is low because we see it.
16.
A 16 will make it.
So I'm gonna guess then a 17 will also make it.
That will also make
And
it.
I would assume a 24 makes it.
A 24 definitely makes it. You
What about
guys are
Professor?
doing great.
What about Professor Take?
Professor Take got a 15, so he made it no problem as well.
All right.
Good.
Oh God, I keep hitting
Callie
the wrong
just
button.
darted across and made it because I did athletics.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you
I also
took
did
the
that.
like charge right through and make it before anything falls.
Mhm.
So we'll assume she went last.
We'll assume she went last.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. For the next hallway, perception or investigation?
Go, Florence, go.
Okay. Not so good. 10.
10.
Yeah.
I will say that
Mind you, I have a +7.
You have a +7. Good lord.
That's how bad I rolled.
It happens.
God. Okay. I'll say that that's enough to see. There's a couple of bear traps just on the floor.
Oh.
That you can see. They're
Well,
pretty
I'm a
obvious.
ranger. I would definitely see
You
a bear
would
trap.
definitely see that. Yeah.
See, rangers aren't useless, Tony.
So I will say,
Warlocks can do Eldritch Blast. Rangers can find traps. Got it.
Yeah, there you go. You figured it out. All right. So you can see these two traps by the end of the hallway. And I will say, because bear traps are fairly obvious and fairly difficult to navigate, since you spotted them, you guys can walk around them without any checks.
Okay. Sweet. Badoop, badoop, badoop. I know you didn't see me move my actual cursor, but that's what I did.
Nope. All
Tony's
right,
on
you
my
have
list.
come to an intersection. So there are actually some hieroglyphs on the wall directly in front of you guys that Professor Take will spot and immediately run up to get real close to and start writing them down and trying to decipher them. And based on that and some of the pictographs that you saw, which were a lot of like troops, armies, people with weapons, he will determine that this was actually a garrison before it was a tomb of a pharaoh. Which is very interesting because tombs were purposeful built. It's kind of surprising that a pharaoh would be entombed in a place like this that was already used for something else.
Well, this one could hypothesize that it was used for that purpose because it is an easy place to defend, and a garrison is fairly easy to defend from outsiders. So there is logic to it.
Or
Does
budget
make
cuts.
sense. Or budget cuts.
They,
All right, which direction are you guys going?
they threw everyone a pizza party.
Oh, actually, before you go anywhere,
Roll initiative.
everyone roll me a perception check.
Oh, great.
Can I use my passive? I'm just gonna ask every time
Yes.
now.
No, for this one, actually, you can use your passive. What's your
17.
passive? 17. What does everybody else get?
Thank God I rolled a 9.
Can I use my passive?
You can use your passive. For
All right,
this one.
You know what?
I'll bank and
I got
I'll
a
use
17 either way.
I'll use my 15 passive.
Okay, Callie.
Rolled a 15.
15. All right. Everyone notices this, actually. I'm very proud of you all for noticing this. So this wall directly in front of you, so that you came down the hallway with the bear traps, the wall directly in front of you, you notice that it's a little weird. That it seems to be, if you like look through the cracks as you move, that there might be a room behind it.
It's a mimic.
The wall.
I
no
laughed.
door.
I laughed. He laughed. The wall laughed.
And it, as Professor Take is like touching it as he's reading these hieroglyphs, you notice that it crumbles a little bit. That you might be able to break through if you try hard enough.
Who has the highest strength? I'm gonna guess that's Callie.
Callie,
Yeah.
it's all you, babe.
Roll a strength check
If you want to.
if you want to.
Uh-oh.
Or I will give you an alternative. You can either roll a straight strength check if you think you want to just go barreling through it, or if you want to hit it with your axe, then you can make a weapon attack.
Or
Well, I rolled a nat 20 anyways.
Well, there you go. Callie, everybody looks to Callie.
So that's 27. Or not
She
20,
takes one look at the wall, takes a running start, and barrels right through it.
Takes a look at the wall crumbles.
Yeah, that's basically what like, the wall's like, ah!
She just pulls like a come at me.
So as the wall crumbles, you see a very small storeroom behind it with a treasure chest at the end.
Oh, that's a mimic.
Let's do it. Any trap. Hold on, trap wizard.
Wait, you want me to cast it again?
Well, or check, because you've been really good about finding the traps.
Okay, I can investigate or perception.
Yep, either one.
For
I
at
have
least
a DM
in the
that
room.
calls it, I have a DM that calls it a percepstigation check.
19.
You just choose which one. 19. It is definitely no traps.
Cool.
And as far as you can tell, it's also not alive. So.
Oh, good.
As far
So
as you
the
could
fish.
tell. As far as you could tell.
With a 19, you're pretty sure.
Plant. I want to open it. Can I open it?
Go for it.
I open it.
You open it.
It's a mimic.
You find 160 silver.
Woo.
70 gold.
Ooh, ooh.
A deck of playing cards.
Wait, how many gold? I'm sorry.
70.
70. 70. A deck of playing cards.
Uh-oh.
A small iron ingot. A vial of ink that is worth 10 gold. And 4 potions of superior healing.
Does the deck of cards look like it might have, I don't know, many things?
What was the second to last thing?
A vial of ink worth 10 gold. You could roll an investigation check.
I will
and
roll an
find out.
investigation. Yeah. I figure as, like, we're all kind of crowding around, Legionnaire will notice the deck of cards and, like, do a catalog search and be like, hey, this is a thing that I know is out there. I'm gonna just double check. Investigation. I'm pretty good at it, but I don't have proficiency in it, which is weird. 15?
With a 15, it looks to you like a normal set of playing cards, if just really old.
Okay.
And the drawings on them don't match. Like, they look like playing cards, but the drawings don't match like your
Sure.
like modern playing card drawings.
I would say after looking at it and determining that it's not anything weird, I would give it to Professor Take and be like, is this an artifact? Professor Take, would this be considered an artifact of value to you?
Oh, yes, this would be very valuable. I mean, to study the differences between different cultures' gaming systems is a fascinating insight into the culture itself.
I will give him the deck of cards.
He will gratefully take it. And are you guys divvying up anything? I would maybe suggest divvying up the potions of superior healing.
Why do you say it like that?
No reason.
I mean, you don't even just say it. You find a potion like that in a dungeon and in any game. It's like,
oh yeah. Why is there a save point before I go in this room? That's weird.
Enters
Exactly.
room. Auto saves.
Auto saves. Yeah, that's
Pure
the one I was
panic.
thinking. Oh no.
And then it goes to a
Oh my God.
cutscene, and you're like, ah, no.
Yeah. Or what's been happening to me lately in Baldur's Gate, where I go in the back way for some reason, and it auto saves like as I'm leaving an area.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Don't
dang
know
it.
how I've managed that. But that's happened like 3
Let's
times
see
recently.
here. I think I already have.
Potion.
And then I'm gonna want to know, what are you guys doing next? Which way are you going?
I already have. So I guess I would say we should each take one, and then I'll give the other one to Professor Take. I would say if everyone's okay with that.
Fine.
I got a jar of dirt.
Why is it not coming up?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find what it's actually called, because sometimes, the names of things get weird.
All right,
There's a potion of healing supreme.
I found it.
Yeah,
Potion of
superior.
healing
Potion
superior.
of healing superior.
Superior,
That's why.
Yeah.
That's weird. But okay. All
right, so I think we each take one, and then Professor Take gets the other one.
Okie dokie.
And then 40 silver to everybody. And 17.5 gold.
I'll just take 17.
Okay. That includes Professor Take. I split it 4 ways.
Huh. What was that again? I was not listening.
40 silver and 17 gold.
40 silver, 17. That's a 1. 17 gold.
And Legionnaire would probably want Professor Take to take the change as, like, making sure the porters got extra payment.
Okay. All right, what are you guys doing?
All right, back out. And then, I'm right-handed, so I'm right-handed, so I would say go right. I don't know why.
Right as in this way, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so right if we were coming out of the bear trap hallway.
Okay. All right, so as you come around to the end of this chamber, come into this weird circular chamber.
Oh, 4-minute warning.
Thank you. Which is very funny. What do you want to do? You moving forward? You see a hallway, a short hallway over here?
We see a room.
You see a room.
I would like to investigate the room before entering.
Go for it. Roll investigation. Or perception. I'll take either one.
Perceptivation.
Perceptigation.
Nat 20.
Nice. With a
So
nat 20.
27.
With a nat 20 for a total of 27. You notice some weird pipes on the wall.
Are they doing anything? Are they
Not
making
at the moment.
sounds? Is there a tripwire? Is it a shower?
It honestly does look a little bit like a shower, but you don't see any tripwire, and you do hear a very faint hissing. With a nat 20, I will say, you hear a very faint hissing.
I'm gonna light a match and throw it in the room.
As you light a match and throw it in the room, a very thin green vapor starts to leak a little bit from the pipes.
Oh yeah, I actually am I should have asked that earlier. As we're walking, are there torches, or are we all doing this via like dark vision?
Assuming it's some combination of like torches lit up for no reason and dark vision.
Okay.
You know how you're doing a dungeon crawler video game and it's like, why is there a torch in this completely abandoned tomb?
Yeah, a lit torch.
That. Yeah. We're using a little bit of video game rules here.
Let's go.
Because I didn't want to have to mess with nobody being able to see anything ever, but I still wanted to use the map.
Sure.
Well, I think all 3 of us have dark vision, don't we?
I remember if Callie does.
I think she does. She's a half elf.
Oh,
aren't you?
Then yeah, she probably does.
Isn't Callie a half elf? Claire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well there you go. Everybody has dark vision except for Professor Take.
Get wrecked, Take.
It actually says I don't.
Oh, that seems weird.
Your eyeball glows.
Anyway.
Yeah, then it affects your dark vision because you just see the glow.
I'm
what are
gonna
you all doing?
put my mask up over my face.
2 minutes.
And scurry
Unless you want me to snooze.
this way.
Go ahead and
hold my
snooze once.
breath and.
Okay.
All right.
Scurry.
As you hold your breath and pull your scarf up over your face, make a Constitution saving throw, but make it with advantage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank God that was in that one. Oh, cool. 4 again?
Oh my god. Well,
I only
I'm
have a plus
sorry.
1.
You're not going to get through this unscathed. Apologies.
Have
I
I
tried.
been unscathed ever?
That's 7 points of damage. Poison damage.
All the poison damage.
All
You said
right.
7?
7, yep.
So Legionnaire will let Professor Take go first in case he has to like run in and grab him or something.
Okay. He is gonna watch you with your scarf pulled up, whoops, and do the same thing. And he manages to pass without any issue.
Okay.
Get him around.
Eat all.
Okay, next.
All right.
Well, I would say we'll have everybody make their Constitution saves, and then we
Alright.
can go to break.
All right. Legionnaire will go next. 18. Oh,
You make it
7.
no trouble.
17. Sorry.
You make it no trouble either way.
Sweet.
And Callie, Constitution saving throw.
18.
18. You also make it no problem.
Beep-a-dee-bee-dee-bee-doop.
All right. And with that, I think it's a good time to go to break. So go get a snack, get a drink, go potty. We'll see you back here shortly.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is fine.
Usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right.
You do also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why did you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
so.
He is indeed a natural.
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging bodies down the road on your car?
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down the road. They're on
We
like
made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
Is I'm not.
Jeffrey, that's the dogs. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in your
telling me,
mind?
Natasha.
Did you hear that, my
He
knife?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's
rock
basically
bucket.
50 elven children going all over the place. So, but with axes. Because it's axe training day.
That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind
Good
of
to
like,
see it.
yep, he, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, go start.
Now this, goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah, that's very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red. This is my happy vein. My happy vein. I'm not closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive. So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh my God.
3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my God.
We are doing that at some point because there are 3 of us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There you
Needs
go.
to be done. And I have a
Alright.
trench coat.
All right, but I'm
We like clips.
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 Clips are very important.
You should definitely make clips of today. If you don't, I will find you, and I will TPKO you.
That's good. Well, because I was worried because your friends seemed to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is fine.
Usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right.
You do also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why would you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
So,
He is indeed a natural.
He is a natural, Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass-fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the woods. Yeah.
You're dragging bodies down the road on your cart?
We're not
We
dragging them
made
down the road. They're on
We
like
made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
I'm not.
Jeffrey, that's the dogs. That's the dog.
Did you hear it in your mind? Did you hear it on my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So, but with axes, because it's axe training day.
That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind
Good
of
to
like.
see it.
Yep. He, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. Go start.
Now this goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay. I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red.
This is my happy vein.
Happy vein. I'm not closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive.
So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
Is that in here?
Hold on.
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value,
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin.
We are now.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You gotta give me like some sort of signal. Welcome back. We're
Wrapping up.
we're hopefully coming to the last few rooms in this twisty turny tomb. The party has just passed through another toxic cloud. Actually, we're doing this. It's all parallels today.
And it's like we're on Reddit. There's so many toxicity here.
So much. Or 4chan, that's even worse.
X.
Oh my god, 4chan.
X.
I know, right? Okay. Okay. So you guys passed through the room with the toxins leaking from the pipes on the walls. Only Florence, who did very well seeing the pipes, did not do so well navigating through them. Took some damage, and you come to another long hallway that I have revealed. I'm going to reveal just a little bit more because I did not do a very good job with that one. There we go.
Ooh.
So you see a doorway on the side, and then kind of a wider open area at the end of the hall.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Probably wider open area? Florence? I defer to you. You've been our guide throughout all this.
Split the
Do it.
party. No.
Do it. I dare
No.
you.
I dare you.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna go. No. Yeah. Let's go to this corner first.
All right.
See where that gets us, maybe?
You round the corner, you see... Hold on, I did that poorly as well.
A room!
Another room. You see a room, and in the corner, let's see, let me make sure I don't have any text to read.
Well?
This looks like an old forge. There's a big, like... stone-lined dead forge in the corner, cold forge in the corner, and a funky-looking statue in this other corner. Where is there ping on this? I don't know if there's a ping on this.
You should press and hold.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I was using a different.
Yeah. Okay.
There is the statue. This is the old forge here.
Legionnaire would like to go investigate the forge.
Okay, go for it.
I would like to investigate the statue.
All right. Roll investigation checks.
Investigation. Ugh, not great. 9.
9. The forge is cold and empty. You can see where the bellows used to go, and there's a chimney that just disappears into the ceiling.
It's fairly intact.
I mean, enough that you can tell what it was.
Okay.
But there's nothing in it.
Okay. And nothing like laying about, like tools or half-made weapons or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Not that you can see with a 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
15. So the statue is of a person with a big headdress, and then has a chest plate with 4 gems in it in a diamond shape. And they are red, blue, green, and yellow.
Roy G. Biv.
Professor, do you know anything about this statue?
Oh, I forgot to move him. So he gets right up close to the statue, starts flicking through his notes. It seems to be some sort of ceremonial breastplate. And he'll kind of poke at one of the stones, and it will depress a little bit.
Well, that's sad.
And as soon as he lets go, it kind of pops back out. And he pressed the top one, which was the red one.
Can I press the yellow one?
Sure. Go ahead.
I press it.
And it presses in and pops out.
Like out? Or just
not out,
back
out.
where
Just
it
like it, like you feel it press in, and then when you release it, it comes back to where it was.
I want to press the other ones as well.
Okay. So that was red and then yellow. So when you press the green one, when you let go, it stays in.
What about the blue one?
When you press the blue one, it stays in when you let go.
Can I press the yellow one again?
When you press the yellow one, it pops back out, and so do the other two.
Okay, so green, blue, red, yellow.
Green, blue, red, yellow. When you hit them in that sequence, they all stayed pressed in, and a trapdoor opens in the floor.
And you fall through it.
Yeah!
No,
I mean,
you don't fall through. It opens like next to the statue, not where you are, but it's just a shallow little space that the door opens, and there's a little chest inside.
Oh.
Ooh, what's in the chest?
I want to open it.
I want to open it.
When you open it, you find 45 gold.
Oh god, no, hang on, I have to write. Okay.
45 gold, 570 silver, and a piece of brass machinery that looks like this. Show to everyone. It doesn't look like this, but this is the description of it. It is a surveyor's sextant. And whoever wants to take it, I will send the information to you. I just threw my pen on the ground. That's not helpful.
I'll...
Did it show to you guys?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I will take it if anyone doesn't have any objections.
That's fine.
Callie?
Okay.
You said 570 silver?
570 silver, yes.
Okay.
All right. Special. Oh no, one shots. All right. I'm putting it in the one shots for stream thing. So.
All right. I will add it to my inventory later.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's honestly probably not going to help you in here, but your character now has a surveyor's sextant.
Pretty handy.
That is 11 gold and 142 silver to everyone.
All right. 11 gold, 142 silver.
Is that Professor 2?
Yes.
140 silver and 11 gold.
142 silver, 11 gold.
Okay, now what? Callie's already walked into the other room.
Yeah, I walked into like the very entrance of that room already.
You split the party?
No, I'm still technically half in the hallway.
That's the definition of splitting the party, bro.
Kind of is. If I had noticed that
peered
earlier, there
in,
might have
yeah.
been consequences.
Yeah. And I just stepped in enough to peer in, not actually fully enter the room.
I could also
there's
imagine
nothing-
Callie looking at us and be like, ugh, nerd stuff, and then going on to the next room.
There's nothing else in
Fair.
here.
Nope. You guys got it all. All right. So Callie has already seen, and the rest of you all see the final burial chamber of the tomb. And I do have some flavor text for this. As your party advances through the intricate chambers of the tomb of Amenrut, the air thickens with the aura of sacred burial. The culmination of your journey unfolds as you step into the burial tomb, a chamber of somber reverence. At the far end stands a colossal sarcophagus, the final resting place of the ancient pharaoh. Approaching the sarcophagus, Professor Take, who I have left behind, Professor Take, seemingly overcome with reverence, kneels before it. In a voice that resonates with an old Egyptian-like cadence, he speaks in an incantation that reverberates through the chamber. The syllables hang in the air, charged with mystical energy, as if the very tomb itself listens to the professor's invocation. As the final words escape his lips. The massive lid of the sarcophagus begins to shift. With a creaking groan, it opens, revealing the mummy of Amen-Rut, an ancient monarch preserved through the ages. Professor Take, his eyes reflecting a fervent devotion, addresses the mummy as his master.
Oh,
a revelation that sends a chill through the chamber.
Oh,
I have
God.
served you faithfully, my master,
Oh,
Take
Jesus.
declares, his voice now stripped of his former camaraderie. With your return, our ambitions shall be fulfilled.
God damn it.
The truth unfolds in the hallowed silence of the burial tomb. Professor Take, once a trusted ally, reveals himself as a cultist who sought to resurrect Amen-Rut. I need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah!
And here's our mummy. He doesn't look like a mummy, but I swear he's a mummy.
All right. I mean, I guess we're stuck like this, right? So, Callie, you're in there first.
If you guys want to move, I'll give you like 10 feet of movement if you want to at least get into the room before you roll initiative. Because I would assume that you guys would have all at least moved into the room. That is way more than 10 feet, Callie.
All right, I will go. Let's see. So I was here. So I will go 5, 10. So I will role play it as Legionnaire was like looking at everything, like slowly looking at everything else while Professor Take just like sprinted by. Curious.
That's pretty much probably what happened.
All right, and I get advantage on initiative. We are not surprised. This is not considered surprised, is it?
I'm not considering this a surprise round now.
Okay. All right. Because we wouldn't have been anyway because of my longbow of warning.
Well, there you go. Oh, I need to roll initiative too.
17.
17. Hold on. I gotta take. I like got so excited about everything. All right. Lawrence got a 17.
I was waiting for you to write stuff down before I give you my numbers.
All right. Legionnaire, what'd you get?
22.
22. Callie?
7.
7. Right. Professor Take.
Can we switch to that super awesome battle music?
Oh, yes. That's the other thing I meant to do. Doing too much at once.
Welcome to DMing.
I know, right? And let me see.
This is what was playing in Callie's head when she ran through that wall.
Alright, so Legionnaire, you will be first. Followed by Florence.
I believe that Legionnaire would focus on what he would determine to be the more immediate threat, which is the mummy. And they are going to...
Also, I would like to say that each of us has inspiration per given by chat.
Oh!
Nice.
Shout out to chat.
So don't forget to use your inspiration.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. All right, so I will... Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb. All right, so I'm going to do an arcane shot. I'm going to do shadow arrow on the mummy. That's not great. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 just hits.
Okay. All right, so... All right, so then I get my 1d8 plus 2d6 psychic damage. All right, so d6. Oh, where's my d8? All right, so d8. All right, so 5 plus... All right, so 5 plus 4. So 9 piercing damage.
9. Where's my phone calculator?
Phone calculator. right, let me know when you're good.
Okay.
5 psychic damage. And then the mummy has to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 5 psychic damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay, before I do that, your bow, does that make your arrows magical? Like, does that make your attacks magical?
Let's see here. This is not my bow. These are traits of a fighter.
But is that your attack magical? So your piercing damage, was that magical or not?
The piercing damage, no.
Okay.
But I would say the psychic damage,
I think the psychic damage would be.
I would think so. It doesn't say it's magical, but I guess you could call it a magic attack. I guess. Okay. I'm guessing it does like half damage on magic attacks.
Yeah, you notice that the arrow itself doesn't seem to do as much as you would expect. But you do see him stagger a little bit with the psychic damage.
Oh, I thought it'd be the other way around. The arrow would do damage, but the psychic damage wouldn't be as bad.
That is not what you see.
Okay.
You see that the arrow does not seem to do as much damage, but he does stagger a little bit with the psychic damage.
Okay. All right. Then he needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a can't do math. 11.
All right, so 11. So now the mummy cannot see anything farther than 5 feet of the way away until the start of my next turn. So it's got that shadow cloud over its face, like the scorpion did.
So cannot see, is blinded.
Essentially, it doesn't say it's blinded. He just can't see farther than 5 feet away from him.
All right.
All right, and then I get a second attack. So I will just do a regular shot this time.
Go for it.
25.
That definitely hits.
All right, and 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing.
Okay. And then Legionnaire will try to move, and then Legionnaire will move 5, 10, 15. This pillar on the ground, would that be considered, if I hid behind that, would I be under cover?
Yeah, I'll call it half cover.
Okay. All right, so I will take my 2 shots and then run behind that pillar and kind of duck down.
Okay.
And then that'll be my turn.
All right, Florence, you're up. With the mummy on deck.
This pillar here, that's fallen over. How high is that portion of the pillar?
The stump that's left. I'd say maybe 2 feet.
Okay. Florence is gonna go get on top of that, just to have that little bit of vantage point.
Okay.
And then she's gonna notch an arrow and aim for the mama.
All right, for it.
We'll see. $16?
16 misses.
Heck, okay. Another arrow for my second attack. Nat 20.
Oh,
that's 3
nice.
nat 20s tonight. That's 3 nat
awesome.
20s. So 27.
Oh, I'm just reading more detail about this. That, Tony, your arrow, does that cause the blinded condition? Is that what it causes?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
I shoot it. 27.
Shoot it. 27. So
Nat
you
20.
hit it. So roll your damage, and what we're doing the
Max.
max dice plus a roll.
Okay.
So what's
Max
your
dice plus roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain died.
It's all right. So roll like you normally would, and then add whatever the dice number is.
12 damage, and I'm gonna cast
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark.
Did you cast it before you hit or after?
No, because I never think of it, but I did cast it eventually.
Okay, so the mummy will. Let me see. I'll put a little. We'll call it a lightning. That's your hunter's mark.
Okay.
Go away. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Stop with the windows. Okay. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry. This is going to be slow. And you cast Hunter's Mark, and then it is the mummy's turn. So the mummy can't see. The mummy also does not have a whole heck of a lot of movement speed. So the mummy is going to stumble forward to about there. And then, let me get a little measuring tool. Okay. What is the mummy gonna do? Mummy is going to cast Bane.
Ooh. That's a spicy meatball.
It is. But I have to see if he can do that, if he can see. Nope, because it's... Oh, but you can see, so he can't cast Bane. Okay, this is going to be hard because I'm not used to... I have a spell list, but it's just a list. So you'll have to be a little bit...
No.
Patient.
A little bit patient with me, yeah.
Yep.
I don't
Little
have
known
an easy way
fact.
to look through my spells.
Little known fact, when you guys fought the hag in Starheal, it was the same thing. I had like a list of certain spells that she could cast on you guys.
Yeah. And if I had
When
thought
did we
about
fight
it, I
a
would've-
hag?
It was in the woods.
It was
one that-
really early on.
The one that like went into your sleep and tried to pull you out.
Was Dean? Were you not here for that one? Was that one of the ones where you were gone?
Oh, that might have been one of the ones that Dee was
No,
on.
she was there because she got hit by lightning.
I love how you remember this so specifically.
As a
I don't think
DM,
this is real.
Yeah, no.
Well, heck.
Because
So-
I had the creepy song playing that was like 1, 2 jacks coming for you like that, and someone was hypnotized. Kira was hypnotized.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, it was like we were camping in the woods, and then there was a song, and it was on our way to like one of the first things we did. I know. What
Are
you're
you
talking
sure
about.
I didn't miss it and that my character, like as you played them, got hit by lightning? Because I have zero recollection of this.
I don't know.
It might have been.
Dude.
I just remember you because I remember that one of the hag spells was not lightning bolt. It was call lightning.
Call
And it-
lightning. All right,
and it hit you.
I could sit here and look through all of these freaking spells, but I think all of them are like a creature that you can see. So Tony, I have to tell you, you have severely hindered this guy because he
let's
can't
go.
see. He's too slow to get to any of you guys, and his only other thing he still has to be able to see.
Get wrecked, mummy.
Get wrecked. Yas, mom. Yas, queen.
I
Yas, pharaoh.
should have done other things. So, so I'm gonna say that he will instead use his action to dash and get a little closer to you guys. But he's a mummy, so so it's shuffling. He gets as far as he can.
We're sitting there going, oh my god.
Pretty much.
Just get over
Pretty
here
much.
Like forever.
And that's the mummy's turn. So now Callie's up.
All right, well, I am just gonna move right up and attack this piece of shit.
Rude.
Oh, the Professor Take?
Yep.
Wow.
Go for it.
Okay.
I think you mean Pake.
Cheetos and take.
Hunk ass bitch.
Get some.
Get some.
Get wrecked.
16 hit.
16 hits, yes.
Okay.
I can't imagine the professor's AC is very high.
It's not. So roll your damage.
7 damage on that.
Okay.
And then I get my second strike.
Okay.
17.
And hits.
And it's 5 damage with that, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action for my other axe. That's 18. Ten damage on that one.
Oh my.
Let's go.
Professor Take is looking really rough. But it's his turn. So he is going to with his short sword take a swing at you. That is so cocked it almost jumped on top of my other dice. 14. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Alright. He misses with his first attack. And that means a 12 does not hit. Misses with his second attack. And that's pretty much all he can do. So that is what he's going to do.
Callie's just like casually moving out of the way as he's swings.
I mean, he's an old man, so yeah. All right, and that brings us back around to Legionnaire.
All right. Well, we are going to back up. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Gonna go behind this. I think that's like a pillar or a sarcophagus back there. Doing
That's
half.
like a sarcophagus.
Yep. So we will do arcane shot, shadow arrow again. Because for flavor, Legionnaire would probably notice that the mummy tried to do stuff and couldn't do anything because of the shadow. So they'll go, that worked. Let me try it again. All right. Crap. 16 doesn't hit, right?
Misses.
Okay.
Correct.
So then we'll do the shadow arrow on the second shot. Ah, there we go. 29.
Definitely hits.
All right. So then we will do the D8, the 2D6. Okay. So the D8. We are going to do my reroll damage because I rolled a 2 and I think I can roll better. And I can. So that is a 6. So that's 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then my 2 D6s. Ugh. It's only 3 psychic damage. And then it's got to do the wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh, that is a 21.
All right, well, it passed. The DC was only
So
16.
that means it's no longer shadowed.
The shadow went away at the start of my turn, but it's just not shadowed again.
It's not shadowed again. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then I am going to, because I realize, oh crap, this didn't work, I'm going to take my action surge to attack 2 more times. These are just standard attacks, so.
Okay.
Yep, well, 12 will miss. But a 20 will hit.
20 definitely hits.
Alright, and that is... Oh, let's go. 8 plus 4, 12 more piercing damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to duck down under the sarcophagus to try to give myself half cover. And for RPing purposes, Legionnaire is going to yell out to Professor Take, "This one has an inquiry if you have a moment."
Professor Take is too busy trying to dodge battle axes from Callie.
And without getting a response, Legionnaire will be like, hopefully he will survive, because this one has a few inquiries.
All right. Bonus action?
My action surge was my bonus action.
Oh, was your bonus action. Okay.
So I'm good.
Florence.
All right, I am close to the mummy, so I'm gonna hop down in front of him and pull out my short swords.
Wow.
You're gonna say you're gonna pull his pants down for some reason.
I'm gonna pull his pants down. I'm gonna unravel him.
Hey now.
Okay. That doesn't hit. That was a 12. Natural 19 with 1.
It'll hit, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll both attacks. Is that okay? Before I do damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I thought you said. Did you say that the 12?
I have 2 weapon fighting.
Oh, okay.
But 2 actions.
I thought I heard 2 different numbers. That's why I was confused.
14 doesn't hit.
No, 14 does not hit.
And that one doesn't hit either. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use my advantage. Can I use my advantage?
Your inspiration?
My inspiration?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Natural 17.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So that's what, 2 hits then?
Yes.
Okay.
2 out of 4.
Ain't bad.
So 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
Piercing.
Dummy me, I just figured out the arrow versus psychic damage thing.
Wait, I have Hunter's Mark.
Oh, that's right, you do.
But does Hunter's Mark work on melee?
Thanks. I thought it was any damage.
It should.
Okay. Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know, so that's why I asked.
Oh, what's your additional?
4 more, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay. At the end of your turn, after taking some decent damage from the 2 of you, he's going to use a legendary action.
Oh, no!
And he's going to use Channel Energy, which costs 2 actions, actually. And I'm going to need Florence for sure, and Callie, and Professor Take, actually, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, that's the one I didn't want to do.
There's all this poison. Of course he's going to do something that requires a Constitution saving
Oh my
throw.
god, I rolled above a 3! I got 19. No,
Nice.
I'm 17.
23.
23, 17, and... Oh, you got a 9. Poor buddy.
Okay.
That's what you get!
It shows you how much the mummy really cares about him.
Of course! Your idols don't
17,
care about you.
20-something. Okay, so you guys all pass. But
Clip that for the audience. Your idols don't care about you. Just remember
short
that.
a d6.
Here, you can have one of mine.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I've got one.
Yeah, you want some? Here you go.
Dude, you know who I am. I've got dice just in all sorts of places. Okay.
Nux.
Nux.
That should be a shirt.
20.
Just an image of me doing this in front of the camera.
So Professor Take is dead. Killed by his own master. It took 22 points of necrotic damage, and that means the rest of you take half. So 11 points of necrotic damage to Callie and Florence.
11.
11, yes.
How are you looking, Florence?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Seen better days.
Have you been the
I'm
star of
great.
many plays?
No.
And then did the bottom drop out?
No.
Okay. You don't humor me when I do that, and it makes me really sad.
All right, that was his legendary action, and now he's going to take his actual actions. Unfortunately, Florence, you are standing right in front of him.
Yep.
So first, he's going to actually, what he's going to do is, because of those shadowed arrows, he's going to glare dreadfully at Legionnaire and cast Dreadful Glare. So you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Oh dear.
Yep.
I imagine that he's
that's actual bird.
wrapped up. Like, can we actually see his face? It's just a wrapped mummy, and he's just like.
It's, but he does that, like, let me see if I can. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but it's like he's like a shuffling mummy, right? But he does that thing where he twists his head and looks at you, even though you can't see his face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right.
So it's like super creepy.
All right, wisdom saving throw. Come on,
Yep.
big number, big number.
That one.
So that wasn't that one, but I'm gonna use I call it my legendary action, but it's Indomitable.
Oh,
So I can re-roll one saving throw that I fail.
there you go. That's a good one.
I would assume, because I mean, it says I have to use the new roll, but I can't get much worse than that, right?
Fair.
Hey, that was better. It's probably not gonna pass, but it's better. 15?
A 15 passes.
Let's go!
So
Bet!
you are, not only do you successfully pass the saving throw, but now you are immune to the dreadful glare for the next 24 hours.
Get wrecked!
So you have successfully been not frightened by him.
So you know. Oh,
I
wait.
can't best their Legionnaire.
Oh, so you know what? Oh, for flavor. So it does the like thing. I mimic it back and go, curious.
That's amazing. I love that. All right. But he is going to turn back to Florence and take
Punch
a swing
Florence
with
in the
his
face.
rotting fist.
Ew.
And that is he did not roll well, I will say. That is a 13.
Miss.
All right.
Gotta be faster than that, buddy.
It's like this.
Okay, yep, no, that's it. So he misses. And that is his turn.
Yeah.
So now we're back to Callie. Oh, I forgot to mark Professor Take is dead.
So for flavor, is he like a withered corpse, like a dried up prune for flavor?
There we go. That's what I wanted. For flavor, Professor Take.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, yeah, I guess since it's necrotic damage that he took, he shriveled up like Raiders of the Lost Ark, or not Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, like shriveled up mummy kind of looking
Dude.
dude.
F's in the chat for Professor Take.
So Callie, what are you gonna do?
So after he's died right in front of me, she's like, "Hey, you stole my kill," and she's just gonna go straight after the mummy.
Go for it.
What are you, a Call of Duty player? You
Yes.
stole my kill!
So,
What are you, one of those nerds that play Fortnite?
forgot where my modifier is. Where? Oh wait, no.
It's like we're siblings. But we're not.
So
I know where you
22
live.
definitely hits.
I know where you live.
22 hits.
Seven damage on that strike.
Okay.
26.
That hits.
4 damage on that one, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack again.
Okay.
23.
That hits.
And then 6 damage on that.
Oh, well, that would have worked. That would have been cool too.
Would have been cool too.
Oh, I'm just. Well, no, I'm just reading my other arcane arrows that I could have used, and one of them would have been really cool.
All right. Amun Root is going to use one of his legendary actions and turn around and swing a fist at Callie.
Is that an opportunity attack?
No, that is a legendary action.
No, on me.
No,
Do I get
because
an attack of opportunity?
He doesn't move. He's still
Okay.
there because you guys are right there.
Sandwiching him.
Yep. Wow, he rolls like dog shit.
You're channeling your inner Christie rolling, and we appreciate
really,
that.
15? Does a 15 hit, Callie?
No.
This is like making up for the scorpions that were hitting everybody.
Fair.
He cannot hit anything. I mean, I guess he's a mummy. It makes sense. All right. Legionary, you're up.
Do I have to move to not hit Florence?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Just,
All right.
I would
Or
say if
just
you move up like
send
5 or
an
10
arrow
feet, you
through
can-
All right,
you
so
can,
I will move to
avoid
the
it.
other sarcophagus ahead of me.
Okay.
So that's like 5. I would assume that's like close to 5 feet.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
All right, cool. And then I will do 2 more arrows. 15 misses, I guess.
Yes, 15 misses.
Alright. And so then I'm guessing a 14 would miss too.
Yes, it does.
Dope. And I don't have any more bonus actions because I'm at full health. And oh, and I can't even do my curving shot thing because there's nothing else for me to hit. Well, that's poopy. Okay. And that's gonna be it for me. Bet.
Florence, you're up.
That's me. I'm on take another swing with my short swords. Natural 19.
That hits.
18.
That hits.
Sick. Do you want me to do just damage when I'm done rolling? I get 2 more.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. That'll work. It's easier to do the math that way. So that was 2 hits so far.
20
That hits.
and 4.
That does not hit.
I
So
would
3
assume.
3 hits.
Okay.
3 out of 4 definitely ain't bad.
Do I have another D8? Do. Well, that's too bad, Devin, because it's a D6.
So there's a lot of difference between those.
There is, a slight one. Yeah.
A few sides difference.
So. $22.
Oh my goodness. Okay, 22.
That's including Hunter's Mark.
Okay. All right, he is starting to look rough.
Wasn't he already?
I don't think you could tell. That's fair. All right. So since bonus action, anything else?
No.
Okay. So that brings us to the mummy. He is already facing Callie. And since he's already facing Callie, he's going to reach out and grab you, or try to, and try to cast Inflict Wounds. That is a... What is your... 17? Does that hit?
Yeah.
All right. So Inflict Wounds is... Oh, I need different dice. I need these ones. Not that one. I need this one. So that's 20 math. 22. God, that was hard. 22 points of necrotic damage.
Yikes.
And that's his turn. So, Callie, you're up.
She's like super offended now. I mean, normally this thing touch her with his gross hand, but he did damage. So she's just gonna take her axe and she's gonna swing it right at him. $14.
14 misses.
$23.
That hits.
7 damage. And then bonus action. $13 does not hit, I assume.
No, that misses.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
Oh, I could reroll. Well, can I use that on a bonus action?
Yeah,
It's any
you can
roll.
use it. Yeah, you can use it on any d20 roll, just to
Okay.
reroll any d20 roll.
That wasn't any better.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
All right. He is going to use a legendary action to try to hit you with his rotting fist again.
Me?
Callie.
Okay.
She is messing him up with these axes, and he is not happy about it. That is 17 plus an 8, which is a lot. So
25.
I think that hits, right? Yeah, 25. Okay. All right. So that is 2 plus 4 is 6 bludgeoning damage. And
What's up? Whoa, 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 whoa! What's with the extra dice there, champ?
because it's a rotting fist, it does more than bludgeoning damage.
Necrotic.
26 necrotic damage.
So
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
okay.
Okay. Unless that dropped you to 0.
That I actually so that's 26 total damage, or how much total damage is it?
32.
It was, yeah, it
32.
was 6 plus 26.
Yeah, that's more than I
So
have.
you're at 0.
Yeah.
All right, Callie's
Oh,
down.
are you that squishy?
She remember she took 20. She took poison damage throughout the whole jail. Then she took 22 of the necrotic damage from inflict wounds.
And then 11 from the, what is it? What was that? The channel energy. Yeah.
11 from the channel energy, and then this was another 30. So she's taken a lot of damage since we came in here. So.
True. All right, so Callie is down. And so that means Legionnaire's up.
Well, with the fervor of 1,000 suns, because they have seen their compatriot fall, Legionnaire attacks with their bow and arrow.
Okay.
Like, you could see, like, the lens, for flavor, the lens, like, they see the fist punch, Callie go down, the lens goes, like, blood red. Just for flavor. Alright. Come on.
Fair.
Ah! 26 will hit.
That hits.
Alright, then we'll do the D8. I am going to do my reroll damage, because I rerolled a 1 on that. I will take that. So that's 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I will roll again for my other attack. Ah. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Alright, so then that's going to be 8 plus 7, so 15 more.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Yeah! So I assume the one arrow is to I hit it to get his attention. And turns
so you hit it, and he just kind of does a mummy like shift around towards you, because he was facing Callie, so now he's facing you.
And then I'm just gonna line up the second shot for Brain, and just lean over, and I'm just gonna whisper, curious to see what happens, and just launch the last arrow right in between where I'm pretty sure its eyes would be.
So the arrow slams into this wrapped up face that you can't see, and actually hits so hard that you can see the arrowhead sticking out of the back of the head. And as that happens, there's a moment where everything kind of freezes, and then the mummy crumples into dust, and all that's left on the ground is a pile of linen wrappings.
All right. So I am going to run over and use one of my healer's kit.
Okay, I think you roll a medicine check with that, right?
Healer's kit does not require that I do it. That's why I have it.
Okay, go for it.
As an action,
right?
Yep, I can use it to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a medicine check.
All right, there you go. So stabilize, I think you come to consciousness and get 1 hit point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have successfully killed the mummy of Amun Root and Professor Take, who resurrected him. If you would like to loot the sarcophagus, I would assume.
Yeah.
You get a whole heck of a lot of gold and silver and things. You also get some fancy clothes, some dice, a wooden plate, and a very fancy Pharaoh's amulet, which I will show to you now. That gives you some benefits for those who are wearing it, and attuned to it. And I have some more flavor text for the end of this adventure.
Bet.
After being betrayed by Professor Take, our intrepid explorers managed to survive obstacles and dangers of the Tomb of Amun-Ra, including a fight with the resurrected pharaoh. Now, with their quest at its end, the only thing remaining for the players is to gather the treasures inside the burial tomb and return to the surface. The fate of the pharaoh and the expedition has concluded, for better or for worse. And so with that, you guys would gather all your loot and head back out. Back to wherever. You can go back to the town. You can go on to your next adventure.
I would like to take all of the money that we had given Professor Take and give it to the people outside.
You loot his body, number one. But
yeah.
Okay, so you gather up the money that you had given to him and give it to the porters.
Mm-hmm.
What about the healing potion?
Oh yeah, that too.
Probably give that to Callie.
Callie might need it
to just use it. So.
Yep. So Callie gets the extra potion of superior healing.
Sure.
The porters are very grateful for the extra money. A bit disappointed that they didn't get any loot. A bit surprised about Professor Take. And they tell you that they're just going to head back to the town and look for another job, as you do when you're working class.
Okay.
And
so before they leave, Legionnaire would like to have a conversation with them about their socioeconomic class status.
Oh God, not this again.
Oh well,
I'm kidding.
When you're low end of the totem pole, you take what you can get. We're appreciative. Thank you, Seth.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Because remember, the theme of this one was...
Yep.
Legionnaire learns about capitalism.
How privileged is the semi-rich, educated white guy who hires people to do all of his dirty work?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So that was the Whisper of the Dunes. There were things that our players did not get to choose to do. So there are still things to be discovered in this one shot if you choose to run it on your own. And I think that's it. Next week, I don't know what we're going to do. Tony, are you ready to pick up? Because you're going to be the next DM.
I mean, yeah, come on. DM, you're always ready to go. So, yeah, I just got to do a little bit of studying this weekend, but I'll be ready.
All right. So next week, Legionnaire will be taking a leave of absence, and Inara will be back. Everybody's favorite
stick poking
/ satyr stick poking monk.
Yeah,
we'll be back next week.
Legionnaire is going to go live with the poor people to better understand.
There you go. And we'll be having another Dragon's Nest delivery one shot next week. Hopefully everybody can join us. I don't know, Tony, are you ready to raid out to someone, or are we just going to end it since we are a little bit late?
Nope.
I wanted to get through that fight.
Nope.
So.
We can raid out to Council of 6.
They followed us. They found us elsewhere too. Because we raided to them and.
Yep, we raided into them. They found us on TikTok, so they follow us on TikTok and all that, and we follow them. So they're good peoples. So
mutuals.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So you want to send us out?
All right. Well, ladies and gents and other folks that are out there, it's time to go back to reality. Unfortunately, I hope you've enjoyed this little side quest into the dunes, and hopefully we will see you next week, where I believe we are going into the frigid tundra, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that sounds about right.
We'll see you same bat time, same bat channel.
TTFN, ta-ta for now. Bye.
Oh my gosh.